One of the occupations expected to have the most employment growth between 2019 and 2029 is registered nursing. The number of people, Y, in thousands employed as registered nurses in the U.S. during this period can be estimated by this equation right here, where X is the number of years after the year 2019. So this is a really common way to write it rather than use the whole year because it makes really wonky equations. They'll do something. So like in this case, 2020 would be X equals 1, where X equals 0 is 2019. Now, this is asking us for the slope and to interpret both slope and y-intercept. The best way to do that is we are going to rewrite this equation into slope-intercept. So I'm going to rewrite this. I'm going to move this to 22 next door. Because right now, this equation doesn't tell me anything. I don't look at that and see anything useful. But once I rewrite it, I am going to see some useful information. So I have y equals, and this is going to become positive, right? So 222 divided by 10 is 22.2x. And then this is also going to be positive. So 30,970. If we divide by 10, we're just really taking away a 0. So now this equation, what we want to do now is we want to interpret this equation. And this equation can actually tell us a lot, and that's the point of this. So what's the slope tell us? Well, first of all, what is the slope? Slope, remember we're looking y equals mx plus b. Here is my slope because I am comparing this, let's write this in here, comparing this to y equals mx plus b, and m here is my slope. So my slope is 22.2. That means that I can expect the number of thousands of people, that there will be 22.2 thousand more jobs every year, okay, because rise over run. So rise, remember, is my y. In this case, my y is the number of people employed. So 22.2 over 1, because I can put anything over 1, right? So this is telling me that for every year, I can expect 22.2 thousand, and the reason I'm saying thousand is this up here. You got to pay attention to how it's written. More jobs every year. That's what that's telling me. That's a huge growth curve. Then the y-intercept. What's the y-intercept? Well, the y-intercept, right, is b right here. So then b right here. What that tells us is that in the year 2019, so the start of that, that's our 0, right? That's x equals 0. So if I put in x equals 0 and found my y-intercept, x equals 0, so in 2019, there was 3,970,000 jobs, registered nursing jobs, people employed as registered nurses in the U.S. So that's our base starting. In 2019, this is how many people we had. We're expecting this growth. The idea we can predict how many we're going to need, so we need to make sure that we're producing that many new registered nurses because, of course, we've also got to take into effect that people are retiring. So lots of things going on there. But the idea being here is we want to make sure that we understand that we can interpret this, and slope-intercept can tell us a huge amount from just the equation if we know what slope and what the y-intercept means.